What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my modded Let's Play of Blocktopolis. A couple of things have changed. I've been actually meaning to go check out what that geode there is, but I have done a decent amount of work off cam, to the point where I had to physically stop myself because I was like, wait, I'm doing way too much. Because with modded Minecraft, it's kind of like, you do this one thing. I was like, well, if I'm doing this one thing, so like, say I wanted to process my ores, was like, well, I need to figure out my power situation. Well, how do I figure out my power situation? Well, I could do magmatic dynamos. That's really easy to do. It's like, well, if I do that, then I need lava. So I got a bunch of lava using a ranged pump here. And so I made this guy, which is, you know, it's fairly simple. It costs a block of diamond. I think I mentioned this before, but it was totally worth it, because it got us power up and going. I was like, well, I don't want to waste power either, so I made a battery, and this battery is a cyclic one that it's the first time I've ever used it, but it can hold 6.4 million RF, and it was really, really cheap to make. Like, seriously, a couple of copper nuggets, some heavy weighted pressure plates, and a block of redstone. Like, it was really cheap for that. I don't think that it can push a ton of power out at a time. And then Cyclic's energy cables too are super, super cheap. Seriously, they use stone stairs and redstone to make it. So I've been using those because pipes, their energy cables, I don't know why these guys right here, they don't seem to work right now. And then I was like, well, let me play around with the fractioning still thing that Lemon was telling me about during the stream, the last episode. And so I built a fractioning still, and like I don't have a good way of getting resin to it right now without just manually putting the block over here. And so that creates rosin, which gets thrown into this drawer here and then used in these Stirling dynamos. But it also creates tree oil right here that only the compression dynamos can use for fuel. So I had to create a couple of those, and I made way too many of them. No, I made one too many Stirling dynamos. I only need one because we don't get rosin as quick as we possibly can. So I did all this, but I'm gonna have to rework all this anyway, so I'll just make sure to do that on camera, I guess. And then I'll explain all this here in a second, real quick. Let me go take a quick nap. The other thing I did is that I decided that I wanted to make sure that I could run stuff constantly, but without me being on the server. But I also didn't want to keep paying for the modded server that we had because it was pretty expensive. And so I was like, I'll just host it locally. And so right now it's sharing resources with my home Plex server. And so I turned this into a multiplayer server. You can see there I am online. I'm local, so my ping is 0. But Brando has already popped on because he wanted to, you know, do more modded Minecraft stuff, and I love Brando, and he brings in a lot of really cool ideas for modded stuff. So look forward to us in episodes in the future. And I think Saj might come play. I'm not sure. But anyways, I was running really low on storage, or I was filling this up rather. So I used all those 1Ks I made. Or shoot, was that between episodes? I think that might have been in between episodes. I accidentally made like 31K storage parts. These guys right here. Which store 1,000 items, or, you know, once you turn it into a storage disk, it'll store 1,000 items per thing. But you can use those and put 3 of them together, and it makes a 4K. And if you take 3 4Ks, you know, it makes a 16K, and exponentially all the way up 64K. And we have another mod that can take that to a 256, to a 1,024. To a 4,096, I think is actually the last. Oh, it's not. Sorry. 16,000. So I think that's 1.6 billion. And then that's the last storage thing for it. Anyways, I made too many of those, which used up all of my iron. And then I was like, shoot, I don't have any iron. So when I went to go get iron, I was like, okay, I'm tired of doing the smeltery, like kind of like 1.5x our ores. I'm just going to go and set up the triple ore setup. I do this in every single Let's Play. It's a very common and pretty, I'd say simple. It's like just above simple way of doing it. So basically, it's just these 3 machines technically. You don't need this one, and you will need these ones to create some of the parts, but it's not part of the tripling setup. So basically, an ore, I don't think that I have any to process. I think, oh, I got copper ore here. And I forgot I didn't empty out this backpack from exploring. So this is a bunch of stuff I found while exploring. And because I was looking for a like sand biome. So I was like, I'll go on a boat trip. And I went down on a boat trip and I found a crazy Guardians temple over here. And then I think I stopped at this village. I think this is where the waypoint, the waystone I found is. Yeah, I was looking for a beach. I couldn't find it, but this is where we're at right now with the map. This doesn't necessarily count. I was looking for rabbits mainly. So anyways, if we take our copper ore, so this is 1, typically you would just smelt that, right? And you get 1 copper ingot out of it, right? Or you can put it into a melting pot. 1 becomes 8? No, that's not right. Yeah, whatever. I think it's like 1.5 or something like that for the regular smeltery. We need the higher end one for it to actually ore double, but by that point it's not needed. So this 1 goes into here, and the purifying factory takes oxygen and electricity and then turns that into, I think, clumps. Copper clump. Okay, so that 1 turned into 3 copper clumps, which go into the crushing factory and become copper dust, dirty copper dust, and the enriching factory cleans that up and then sends that off to a place to get smelted, which we're using the mechanism smeltery factory because it can do multiple at a time. And that 3 copper dust becomes 3 bars of copper. Not even theoretically, just legitimately tripling our ores. And you can see I ran our entire copper stock through there. So we can add that into the system. Actually, we can add all that now over here. Because if we look up copper, yeah, okay, good, it's working. As you can add it, you can see that the copper blocks is going up as well as I add these in. And that is because, let me add this iron as well. I moved all of the drawers here. That was just a temporary solution anyways. I moved all of those downstairs so we can pull a cable from our controller here. My voice, something about Minecraft makes my voice crack. I don't know what it is. And I pulled that over here to an external storage, which is from Refined Storage. And that has a priority of 30. So hopefully all brand new items get thrown into here. Inside of the storage controller, I had to create, because this mod's a little different than storage drawers, which is what we've used before, where with that mod, all you have to do is put a controller next to connected drawers and boom, they're all connected. This one, you need a linking tool. And you can ignore the 3 different colors. They don't mean anything. Like literally, I looked it up. They don't mean anything. Just the fact that they're highlighted is the only thing that matters. The storage controller doesn't even need to be touching these drawers. It does need to be within a certain amount of distance, but the distance is like, it's an okay amount of distance. It's not crazy, but I think it's like 30 blocks or something like that. So they don't even need to be connected, but I did it anyways just because why not? And you use this linking tool to click on all the... First you have to right click it to pair it to a controller, so you can see their controller. It's paired to that one. And then you right click the drawers that you want to connect to that controller. And if they don't like connect nicely, then they make these like different colors. But as far as I can tell, it does not matter. And I looked it up. Other people talked about it. It's like, what do the colors mean? Everybody's saying it doesn't matter. So all these drawers are down here, and then we have a compacting drawer here that has our iron in it, or copper. It also has iron because we have iron right there. Redstone, basically anything that we're going to get a lot of that we may want the other form of. So redstone, sometimes we need a block, sometimes we need the dust. I don't think we'll ever need tiny dust, but it's there. Iron, same deal. Sometimes we need the ingot, sometimes we need the nugget. Copper's the same way. I'm not sure why the copper doesn't have the nugget here. I think it might be a different mod of copper. I don't know if we need to like run it through a dictionary or whatever, but obviously there is copper nuggets. So whatever. Lapis, gold. What do we have down here? I think this is clay. So we have clay balls and the clay blocks. Osmium and tin. And then just a bunch of the other basic stuff. I got 2 places for cobblestone here. That's interesting. We'll have to fix that. Whatever. But this will be the wall for storage drawers, and this is just a really cheap way that we can do this. And you can see that there's this tiny little copper thing here. The copper upgrade, it multiplies the block storage by 8, and the base storage of these blocks is 2,000, I believe. So you can see the numbers at the top. We have 973 redstone out of 82,000 redstone, or 9.2 thousand blocks worth. I think that's plenty of redstone. I don't see us needing any real more than that, so we may just throw a void upgrade on that afterwards. But you can see the normal amount for these compacting drawers. I guess it depends. Maybe lapis would be the same. Maybe it depends on how many different versions there is of things. Yeah, because both of these are the same. 512 blocks or 4.6 thousand ingots worth. So if we upgrade those with copper upgrade, that goes up to 4.1 thousand blocks or 36.9 thousand ingots. Which, hell yeah, I'm so into like literally the lowest upgrade, because if we look up functioning storage, right, there's a bunch of different upgrades. Copper just multiplies by 8, gold does by 16, diamond 24, netherite by 32. I don't know why we would ever need more. I feel like at that amount we're fine. I don't think, if we want to go nuts, you could throw in 3 copper and like it be really cheap and you're fine. Then there is the void upgrade right here, which is just obsidian around a drawer. And that basically means that once you cap out one, anything extra into the system just gets voided into space. You little piece of poop. Come here. That is not your bed. We're having a problem with zombie pigmen coming through that door. Which is so weird because we have a mega torch here. I thought that would stop it. I threw one into the nether as well. I thought it would stop there too. But anyways, these little tools here control those storage drawers. So linking tool, that's what it is. And then the configuration tool is the same thing, but with an emerald. And was it gold? No, gold in both. The configuration tool just basically makes us so where we can hide show amounts. So that number. You can hide or show the renders of blocks, or the upgrade one. So that little copper thing right here, we could turn that on or off. I like being able to see it. Or lock the chest or not. Very basic stuff, but very much needed. So anyways, I use the range pump, by the way. That's how I got all the lava. It looks like we actually need to go get some more. But I'd rather use ender chests at this point and ender tanks and all that stuff. But we need more blaze rods. So we need to go back to the nether, which if you actually watched last week's episode, the nether and I are not friends. I think it's made that very clear. So I'm not really looking forward to going back. I'm not even 100% sure if the mega torch that I put down even did anything. Because I'm not even sure if we can stop spawns there, and I don't want to mess with blaze spawns, you know? So I don't know if we go and grab one of the spawners, bring it back here, create a dark room here where we can fight blazes a little bit nicer. And I'm trying not to forget about the city. We had a planning session earlier to come up with a design, because now that this is like a multiplayer thing, I've created the Blocktopolis government. And Brando's a part of it, and Asajj starts playing. He'll be a part of it as well. But if we're going to have multiple people working on this stuff, they need to know the plans. So I might do like a rough sketch of like where I want stuff, of where I think it would be fun or interesting. And then Brando and I were theory crafting about how basically in mine colonies there's gatherers and crafters and a bunch of stuff. I don't really want them to worry about gathering anything. I just want to give them like the base items and have them craft everything that they need to, right? So that was the whole idea, is that we need to get up and running with our modded stuff over here. That way we're not limited by supplies. And then create automation over on our end to farm trees, make cobblestone, make stone, make bricks, all that stuff, right? And then transfer those items over here into their warehouse. And I'm not 100% sure how we're going to go about doing that just yet, but that's going to be kind of the fun, is figuring out the logistics of like wiring in blocks that they need for their city, and you know, try to solve that little chestnut for them. I don't know again how I'm going to go about doing it, but I'm really curious of how we are going to go about doing it. But we need to, it's going to be a bit. I really do want to get to this, and we could take a couple of shortcuts and like immediately get to it, but I'm hoping that you guys will be patient while we do the normal up and going Minecraft behind the scenes stuff or modded stuff, which is why like I made 16Ks. I got the ore tripling stuff up off cam because I didn't want to break from that to you know, fill you guys in and go through all that stuff and then not have the materials until the episode after and all that stuff. Also, since we're able to create our own power, I've made my own, let me show you the back here. I've made my own energy cube here, which is actually better than the one I brought in that holds 6.4 mil. And that's powering the things up top. I'd also like to replace all these cables with mechanism ones. Those ones just make more sense. These energy cables don't technically tell us how fast they can move power, just like that they hold 32,000 RF and they transfer power to things, and that's about it. But anyways, to create oxygen, you need to pipe water into this block called electrolytic separator, and that separates the water and hydrogen from each other. And then we use that hydrogen in a gas-powered generator to fuel its own machine that separates it. So then oxygen just gets pumped into a tank, which goes up top. And this is just a buffer. This is like a thing, if you have not picked up, I do quite frequently in modded, where I need a buffer of things because sometimes you may output more than what you need at the moment, but later on you may pull more than what you can output. So it's nice to power into like a big battery that has a lot of storage and then use that to funnel through stuff. And that battery is actually redundant. Is redundant now, said the man with the non-squeaking voice, because we have this cube and this one's much better. So we'll remove that guy at some point. I just don't want to lose this 6 million RF. So anyways, that's kind of where we're at right now. Looks like Brando made himself some tools out of the stuff I left. We need more lava for that guy. Let's check our resin production. This is another plus with it being a server. I can keep this chunk loaded. And we have 276 buckets worth of resin, which is always good. Although I think we're quickly going past where we don't need this power anymore. But I still want to collect it, and then, you know, I'm all for renewable stuff. It's just until we can start moving things around wirelessly, it's a little difficult to keep managing all this stuff when we could just do, you know, a wall of magmatic dynamos, and lava production is easy enough to grab from other dimensions. But we need blaze rods. That's the big thing right now. The other big thing, I don't want to lose my 40 levels of experience, which I've been getting from the mine. So we did a lot of stuff down there. That's where I grabbed my lava. But the way I've been mining, if you could see like the floating ores and stuff, is that I grab a pick, like I'll use this one as the demo, change my shape to 3x3. I'll come in here and I do this with the ore excavation mod that we added to this pack. There it is, break it. But then that clears up all these ores for me to see. Just make sure that this is lit up. And then I swap back to excavate shape none, and I'll just mine out the stuff that I want. So we want more tin, grab that. We got more lead. The only thing is like that's kind of the main items that we're getting at this level. A lot of tin, a lot of lead, a lot of redstone, some diamond, some Certus quartz, which I've been getting just to make silicon, because we can throw that into a smelter and make silicon, which we then use in our recipe to make processors for refined storage right there. And that's all I've been doing. I just make a whole handful of copper picks, or like any picks that I find while exploring. Like I kept finding iron picks. I think I found a diamond one somewhere. Yeah, here it is. Diamond one. I gotta clear this out too. And then I take it home and I throw it into this chest, and then the pipes pull what it can process. All the stuff that it doesn't pull, we need to refine differently. So we got iron here. I know that can be processed. That's it. I also have a ton of emeralds in here. And then the Certus quartz we could just throw into any furnace or whatever and just let it cook. But I want to deal with the XP somehow, and I think that there's like some way for us to do it outside of mob grinding utilities, which is what I normally do. I don't actually like the way it handles it. It's cheap and, you know, easy to do. Grants experience on use. Experience gem. Okay. How do we make an experience gem? Nobody knows. Okay, great. But I know that there is some sort of tool or item or something that I can throw my experience into. I know Direwolf has been using something. I just don't know what it is off the top of my head right now. Sophisticated core. Sophisticated storage. Pumps experience between tank, upgrade, and player. Alright. I thought Cyclic could have had something too. Like Cyclic has like a bunch of stuff like that. Pick up XP ores as fast as possible. Blocks pickup. Experience pylon collects nearby XP players above. Okay, yeah, that might be all right. We have nothing here. Of course, it uses like weird stuff. Crystallized amber, which we need to. Oh, man, I made these on the server. Darn it. Yeah, and it's gonna want honey or magma cream. Actually, it looks like honey would be cheaper. Technically. But yeah, we need crystallized amber and lime green dye. That's fine. Nether brick is okay. Vines we could find. Hopper we can make. Fireball. Smelt a fire charge. Okay, I think we have like one fire charge. Is it in one of my backpacks still? Yeah, we got one. We're gonna need a couple of those. And I found that one in a chest, so maybe that's not the way to go. Maybe we do just use mob grinding utilities just so I don't have this I don't want to lose it. It's a lot of experience. Or we can just like make some equipment and try to enchant it. You know, maybe that's the way we go. Let's try experience. Experience B. Experience modifier. Oh, right, yeah. Nugget of experience. Okay. Stores experience. Oh, okay. Here we go. Hold on. All right. So how do I make a bottle of enchanting? Okay, we could do that in the one thing we're talking about. Yeah, that's actually gonna be our best bet, I think. Whoops. Bing, bing, bing. Obsidian pressure plates. Nice. And then we need mob grinding utilities. We need the tank here. Oh, man. Darn it. Okay, I think the enrichment chamber is actually really good for this. No? Is there any mechanism block? Crushing macerator. Okay. So we get 2 with a 90% chance of 3. Brando made one of those down below, I saw. Mechanical squeezer would be the best. I know that, but that takes some resources to make that we don't have. Okay, we'll go downstairs and we'll use the one thing. We only need 2, so we get guaranteed 2 out of here. There it is. Oh, nice. Okay, so we got 5. And I think, yeah, we barely have enough. Okay, no, we made that. I need this thing, the little tinkle box. Singularity tank, super cheap. There we go. And how much experience did we need for 250? Right, okay. So that's nothing. But we'll need to pipe it. Yeah, we'll just pipe it. Okay. I need power. Hello. Excuse me. Cool. Just wanted to make sure that it was connected. And then we put this guy here. All right. And where's our fluid? Fluid pipe. And our wrench. So I'll just stand on there for like a little bit. Okay, we got enough. Get rid of that. And then I think I got bottles on me because I've been using them. Yep. Boom. Bottle of enchanting. It used all of it. That's interesting. Okay. Easy enough. Look at that. Fantastic. Okay. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, we'll just store all of it. Easy. Amount 3,000 out of 10,000. Perfect. Okay, and then I'm not going to take this with me, because why would I? Oh, by the way, made one of these guys, and what this guy does is it makes me tiny. Isn't that great? And so I can fit underneath stuff. I could also make myself really big too. You can go the opposite way. But the way that this little device works is that you hit, so you left click like you're gonna bash something, and it turns stuff into tiny, and then you can put it into a bottle and unshrink it. So I went and I was gonna collect all the passive stuff, so I collected pigs, 2 chickens, 2 sheep, and then 2 rabbits, because we need rabbits' feet. So those are in glass bottles. I couldn't find another cow while I was out. I don't think that's terribly difficult to go and look for, but anyways, that's why that's in here, and the glass bottles. Let's see. I think we're good to go. Put my cables away. Put this stuff away. Don't need the tank or that. I really wanted to do the food upgrade too for the oh wow, sophisticated storage. Holy cow. Oh, I had no idea there were so many. Anyways, I was looking for the backpacks because the backpacks have an upgrade here for feeding upgrade. And basically what this means is that you put it into these slots here on the left, and whatever food's in here that is edible, it'll eat automatically for you whenever you're hungry. And I really want to make it, but I haven't been able to find melons yet, which is one reason why I was like searching too. I was like, oh, I gotta find melons. Couldn't find it. Let's use a cardboard box. Shoot, that's right. We need a precision sawmill. Ooh, we can afford it. That, this, that one. How you make sawdust? That one. Sawmill's great too because we get a lot more wood as well. So, boom. And we'll just toss that over here on the other pipeline. And I have wood on me because I don't need a whole stack of spruce on me. I'll just speed that up to get some sawdust. Okay, don't embarrass me here. You make sawdust, right? Oh man, does that gotta be the factory? Hold on. We might need to upgrade it. That's one thing I like about Mechanism 2. You saw how easy it was just to take that up to the basic factory. Like, every upgrade is like that easy. And you can see it just changes the outside layer. So all the recipes are the same. You just change the middle block. Boop. There we go. Sawdust. I think it probably could have worked with that other one. But you can see that it's a pretty low chance. We just need 4 though. And 4 gives us a cardboard box. Cool. So we'll use this to capture the blaze spawner. I think what I'm going to do is... not do that this episode because this one's already gone on pretty long, but I'm gonna go grab a blaze, and then we'll come back next episode and we can talk about, or a spawner. So basically I'm just gonna go up to the spawner and be like, haha, gotcha. And you know, that way, shoot, I guess I should probably explain how the cardboard box works, right? So the cardboard box you can put over any block and break it, and it's basically like packing it up. So then you can just move it, shift right click it, and then the item is placed back down. So that's how you can move entities without losing their content, like a chest or any of these items, or what we usually use them for, which is spawners. So I'm going to go and grab a blaze spawner and come back home and then prepare an area for mob grinding, probably below us here. Like in this... in the chunk that we're in here, because I'd like to I had like a weird thought in my head where I wanted to like see how we're kind of like on like this pillar here. I just want to hollow out areas so you can see like a bunch of glass windows and stuff like that through here, of different rooms. So maybe we'll do something down in there, that, and it'll keep our chunks from needing too many to load, you know. But anyways, I'm gonna go. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll catch you for the next one, where I'll try to get Brando on that one because he's pretty good at dealing with this stuff. So I will talk to you later. Thanks again for watching. Bye bye.